So welcome to Spring Yard Zone. This is probably everybody's second favorite zone from this game, which is kind of damned by faint praise, really. So you know, in a lot of Sonic games, there are those levels that are very much like slot machine inspired, or casino inspired. This is sort of like the we're not quite there yet version of that.
We're still in the beta section.
Yeah, like they were thinking about it, and they just didn't make it all the way there. Oh god, those things, the armadillos, they're such jerks.
Hi, Fall!
I have no idea if I'm going the right way.
I choose to believe you are.
Well, if nothing else, I got shield.
Yes, you do have shield.
Doo-doo-doo-doo.
And your friend has sword.
That is true. Yeah, let's see. I know. I'm pretty sure Anna has sword, and I'm pretty sure Britt has sword. Also, Anna, if you were watching this, hi Anna, you're valid.
Very. Woo! CPU.
Why CPU? I don't know. It's because of that.
Maybe.
It's because of that blast processing.
Either that, or they were trying to make fun of the Lion King, which I don't think was invented yet.
No, it wasn't. But yeah, so the Sega Genesis came out in '89.
Also, you just murdered that pig.
Well, and they were banking on the Genesis is much more powerful than the NES. We can steal Nintendo's market share. The Genesis did not sell well, however, because video games were synonymous with Nintendo. Once Sonic came out, the Genesis started selling like crazy, and in fact, was beating Nintendo for a long time, even when the SNES came out. Nintendo really didn't reclaim their lead in that era until Donkey Kong Country came out, because Donkey Kong Country was friggin' gorgeous. Oh boy! I was hoping we would have gotten more Chaos Emeralds by now, but oh well. The good ending in this is lame anyway.
Yeah. Who wants to turn into a Super Saiyan Hedgehog?
Oh, you can't do that in this game.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't happen until next game.
Huh.
Yeah, so in most of the games, when you get all of the Chaos Emeralds, you gain the ability to become Supersonic. You have to gather all 7 of the Chaos Emeralds. There are only 6 in this game. Yep. And of course, in Sonic CD, there are the 7 Time Stones. If you gather all 7 Time Stones, do you get to be able to turn into Supersonic? No, because they're Time Stones and not Chaos Emeralds. I don't care what they look like.
But the question is, who ripped off who first? Sonic or DBZ?
Oh, Sonic very much ripped off DBZ for that.
Okay.
That isn't a question.
Yeah.
I think...
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think DBZ is way older than Sonic.
Yeah, I think, God, I'm trying to remember, like, I'm trying to think back to, Dragon Ball Dissection, which is over on Mr. Fusion's YouTube channel.
Yes.
Shameless plug.
Yep.
I feel like Super Saiyan debuted in, like, 1990 or 1991 in the manga. Oh boy. Well, at least I got another life. Or something. Continue. I don't know.
And you can't even ask the birds to help you, because they won't.
Funny you shouldn't mention the birds. They canonically have a special name.
Oh?
Those are the Flickies, and they're named after a thing from an old, Sega arcade game, which is called Flicky, where you are a bird trying to rescue other birds from cats. This almost never comes up. It comes up in, like, Sonic 3D Blast and maybe Sonic 3?
Huh.
Because, spoilers, Super Tails is a thing, and it's amazing.
Ooh.
Who needs Super Sonic when you have full-powered Super Tails?
True.
So much waiting. Seriously, what's propelling those balls?
Pigs.
Okay.
I mean, there are pigs that are popping up out of the robots that you've been killing, so...
Yeah, that's true. So there's a lot of, like, side passages like these in the games. In the first two Sonic games, they're mainly to get one-ups, extra rings, power-ups, that sort of thing. Sonic 3 and Sonic CD, there is a different use for them. But, we'll cross that if/when we come to that. Oh god, this thing. Oh boy. Whee! Hey, got out of that mess.
It was a ring of it was a pizza of rings.
Pisha.
Pisha.
Maybe I'll talk my family into getting Pisha tomorrow.
Okay, but think about it. Onion rings on a Pisha. Then it could be like you're having a Sonic Pisha.
I'm trying to remember if I've done that. Did we ever get onion rings at work? I'm trying to remember. Cause I know I've done the one with roast beef, barbecue sauce, too much cheese, and curly fries.
Ooh.
I nicknamed it the Ving Rames. If you get that joke, I award you an internet. Woo!
Ding! Fries are done.
God. Like, even as rough around the edges as Sonic 1 is, I love this game. I remember playing it so much at my cousin's or at my dad's coworkers. My neighbor's main game was Sonic 2, but it just... these games just feel so good to me. Like, Sonic it tends to be my go-to turn-off-my-brain-to-play franchise. Which I can't do with Sonic CD for reasons. Part of it is just lack of familiarity. Part of it is just how the game is designed. But yeah, I just love these games. I love playing them. They're some of the best feeling platformers out there. Like when I play these games, they feel super smooth in a way that few other platformers do. And don't get me wrong, I love me my Marios. I love me my Donkey Kongs. I love me my Yoshis. But just the way the movement works in Sonic games, especially the really, really good Sonic games, because there's some less good ones, it feels so smooth.
Like the smooth, refreshing taste of Colt 45.
The smooth, refreshing taste of Colt 45. Lando is my favorite of the main Star Wars cast. I am being judged harshly right now.
But he wasn't on a horse.
He was not on a horse.
That crab was a chicken. Now see, it would have made more sense if it was a fish.
Yeah.
Because
but that would have been infinitely more fun. Do I want that platform? Apparently I do.
Yes. You ought to caress it. Who's a good platform? You are.
Okay, there we go.
What's a hitbox? Oh, you can do it! Oh, you can do it! I believe!
Okay, screw it, I'm going the bottom way. This is clearly the most informative LP of Sonic ever. Woo! Woo! Oh god, I chose poorly.
So a devil, a centaur, a peacock, and a dragon walk into a bar?
Oh, but I'm not allowed to talk about that yet, or am I?
I was just referencing my terrible joke.
You pulled that joke off really well, is the thing.
Yes. And none of you will ever get to hear it.
Nope. I may have to DM that to somebody later.
I get a DM later from Kikia. What the hell?
I mean, that is one of... Oh god. Okay. Whew. So yeah, crushing is a big obstacle in this game. Oh boy, am I gonna be screwed at the next boss? Okay, now. Woo!
Yahoo! Whee!
Physics!
Momentum! I'm gonna puke!
Ah, damn. I know there's a secret in there, and I'm just not sliding through the wall properly.
You gotta go fast.
I have just vomited up my own shoes, and that is only possible because I first swallowed my own shoes. Going up.
Where did Sonic get those shoes?
So it depends on who you ask. In like the original series Bible that Sega of America made, and this got retconned. But like in the behind-the-scenes stuff that they were writing for this game, when they were doing their own tweaks to the character, Sonic had befriended a scientist who was not Dr. Robotnik. And this scientist gave Sonic these shoes that gave him his great speed. Whether his shoes still give him his speed or not is, it depends on when you're playing the games. There's one game for the Game Gear, Sonic Labyrinth, I think it was, where a big plot point is Robotnik stole his shoes and replaced his shoes with crappier shoes and threw them in a maze. As I recall, that game is not amazing, but
But that's just interesting, considering I've heard people complain about Shadow using, like, rollerblades on his feet, when it's like, Sonic is also using special shoes.
And it's funny you should mention that, because, in Sonic Adventure 2, which may be a thing down the line, oh god, this boss. In Sonic Adventure 2, they actually changed the design of Sonic shoes to be those, shoes with the skates built in, and you can actually grind on things in that game. Fans were complaining like crazy for that. Okay, is he low enough? Yes.
How come you can't use any of those laser thingies as a platform?
Because they're just disco lights. So yeah, you can totally Kaizo yourself in this boss by hitting him and then falling into a bottomless pit. Alright, now it's time for everybody's least favorite part of the game.
The ending?
Nope.
Ah. But no, see...
So this...
Okay, go ahead.
This was the original second zone of the game.
That seems cruel, considering I do know that Sonic does not like water.
No, he does not. And in fact, I'm gonna demo a thing after I kill Grounder here.
I was gonna say, wasn't that the character from the TV series?
It totally was. Okay, one... I'm about to I'm gonna give so many people PTSD flashbacks in a sec.
I heard a ding.
Yes, you did.
Oh, there's that familiar drowning sound.
Yeah, so that is the stuff of nightmares for Sonic fans everywhere. A lot of people hate this level because water, number one, it slows you down. Number two, the nightmare-inducing drowning music, which tends to stick around. That said, the games get better about doing the water levels, and in fact, a good portion of Sonic 3, the Sonic 3 half of it, almost all of the levels you can make a case for being technically water levels, and they're amazing. This one, it's a little rough around the edges, and, but on the whole, I don't think it's as bad as everybody makes it out to be. It's not easy, it's not as good as water levels in other games, but...
No, I know the real reason that they're upset over it is because there's no David Bowie.
Everything needs more David Bowie.
Yeah.
Although, that does bring up an interesting point. The soundtrack for the Sonic games, especially, the Genesis-era games and Sonic CD and Knuckles Chaotix, the Genesis was not known for having an amazing sound chip, and part of this is because of a different paradigm that went into building the Genesis than went into the SNES. When the SNES was being made, God, I'm trying to remember the name of Nintendo's CEO. It'll come to me at like 2 a.m.
I saw a text at 2 a.m.
Yeah. When the SNES was coming out, the Hiroshi Yamauchi, he wanted it to be like the best sounding and best looking thing ever. And so he wanted like a really powerful sound chip for the SNES, whereas the Sega Genesis was being built in a response to the NES to a degree. We just want to be better than the NES, so it's still very much that synthy sounding sound chip, whereas like the SNES sounded more like good orchestras. So thus, a lot of the soundtracks for Genesis games, not as fondly remembered as other consoles. That said, the Sonic the Hedgehog games do a great job with what the Sega Genesis had to offer. Like, these soundtracks are very well remembered. Like, Green Hill, Spring Yard, people still hum those songs to this day. I randomly get some of these stuck in my head. Sonic 2, even better. Sonic 3, even better. So it's just a matter of, like, it wasn't necessarily just the sound chip, it's what you do with it.
Yep.
So, like, while the Sega Genesis may not be known for soundtracks, its sound, Sonic does and still does have amazing soundtracks, and I think, yeah, that is Murder. Oh crap. Okay. Back up we go.
Boing. Boing.
That opens that. Down we go.
See, the seals make more sense in this area, not so much the lava world.
Yeah!
But you barely touched it.
The auto spikes, I'd argue, are the worst thing in this level.
Also, why does Sonic collect rings?
That's never been adequately explained to me. I know in the Sonic cartoon, they were rings of power, and like they were one of the things that were the key to his speed. I do vividly remember in the Sad AM cartoon, the character Antoine, who is no longer canon, like takes a ring and tries to go into was it Robotopolis or something? I can't remember the name of Robotnik's little town. To try to prove that he's as badass as Sonic, and it fails. Fails so badly. Antoine was a cowardly French coyote thing. But he was ostensibly like... He was ostensibly like a general in the Freedom Fighter army. And he was genuinely lovable. I remember in the cartoon loving Antoine. Boing.
Boing.
Okay, yeah, that's this way. Yeah, I'm not getting any more Chaos Emeralds in this game, because I remember what comes next. Unless I get really lucky in, Starlight Zone. Took me a minute to remember the name of it. I'll be talking more about that after this.
Whee! Woo! Slide on my butt, slide on my butt, slide on my butt.
Does invincibility protect you from drowning?
I'm assuming no.
No, it does not.
It protects your body, but not your lungs.
See, I identify with Sonic. Much like him, I have a horrible phobia of drowning.
Mood.
Speaking from personal experience, drowning? Not fun!
Yes. If anything you can take away from this is that drowning is bad.
Drowning sucks.
So do spikes, apparently.
Oh yeah.
What is it with all these video game protagonists and having issues with spikes?
At least it's not sand? It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere? Alright, it's this... I think I remember the gimmick for this section. It's like, you have to break all these things, one of them has a button. Button, who's got the button? I believe it is you.
I know, it's the last one you pick.
It might not be, actually. Okay, so jump. Get this just because I like rings. There is actually a ROM hack of... I can't remember if it was Sonic 1 or 2. But it replaces all of the rings with onion rings. And it does have the thing where you collect rings and it's your health. But it also has, you gradually get fatter, and if you take too many of them, you go into cardiac arrest and die.
Oh, fun!
It's a morbid ROM hack, but damn if it doesn't have amazing sprite work. Like seriously, the chonky Sonic is grotesque, and a lot of love went into it.
Sonic accepts all forms of food currency. But especially chili dogs.
I love Sega's interactions with the fan community. Like, Nintendo's infamous for, like, cease and desisting everything under the sun. I can't count. Sega, like, you make a fan thing, and half the time they're like, hey, as long as you're not selling it for money, that's really cool.
Yep.
And if you are selling it for money for, like, one of their old, consoles, are you using one of our IPs? Nope. Cool! Like, I legit have Dreamcast games, and a Genesis game or two that came out in the past, like, 5 years. Just because the fan communities love these consoles and love Sega. And again, like, Sega's reaction is just like, wow, that's really cool. And, like, Sonic Mania, the way that game got made, and it's arguably the best Sonic game to come out in a long time, they looked at all these people who did fan games and were like, hey, you guys, you want a job? We'll give you money to do this! Ah, crap, I missed the jump. So this is an infinitely looping section.
At the very least, his butt is going to be super clean.
Yep.
Which, given how real hedgehogs work, that's probably a good thing.
Okay, I'll wait till... This is super finicky. Damn. Okay.
I mean, you got an item out of it, at least.
There we go. I like this. It's not the best design form of infinite loop in the series. And speaking of infinite loops, once again, wait till we get to Sonic 3. Sandopolis Zone, I'm glaring in your direction.
It's fine, it's probably farting in your general direction.
Yep. Sandopolis Zone is probably, like, everyone's least favorite zone in the Sonic and Knuckles section of Sonic 3. That said, when I'm having a good day, I can basically do Sonic 3 in my sleep.
Part of me is like, I want to take that off or up. It's like, are you asleep? Good. Just put the controller in your hand.
And it's not like a, oh, Lantern is good at video games thing or anything, because if this has taught you anything, it should be that Lantern is not good at video games. Oh crap, 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 oh crap.
Oh, two.
Sonic 3 just happens to be the, game in the series I've played the most, because I didn't have a Genesis growing up, my neighbor did. I played Sonic 2 at his house, and then, like, Sonic 1 at my cousin's or dad's co-workers. Sonic 3 I actually had the PC version of when I was, like, in middle school, and then ever since, like, whenever I've gotten a console, if it can have Sonic 3, I get a copy of Sonic 3. So, Sonic 3, I have played a lot. Oh, boy.
Uh-oh.
It's fine, it comes back down, it's just a matter of...
making sure you don't drown.
Yeah.
Save me, mysterious floating cheese!
And this is actually a preview of something later in the level.
Are we gonna meet the Kraken?
Not exactly.
Space
God,
Kraken?
I hope I'm still good at this boss. So yeah, for this boss, it's less about hitting Robotnik, and more about don't fall.
Oh. Come back here and fight like an Eggman!
Oh, crap. Okay. I hope I hit a checkpoint recently, cause, yeah.
Whee!
This This is why I was not sure we're gonna finish the game.
That's fair. Considering how far we've gotten with it already.
Shit. Come back down. Yeah, we are over halfway through the game.
Wow.
Unfortunately, it gets harder after this.
I would say, yeah.
I was really hoping there was a ring over there.
You're,
or shield.
You're going this completely nude. Actually, technically you are anyway, because Sonic doesn't wear pants.
An Earthworm Jim thing just came to mind. I'm nude.
I mean, to be fair, he probably is under that super suit. Because he's a
there are actually levels where, you get zapped out of the suit, and, depending on which version of the game you're playing, I don't know if it's in all versions or if it—
What the
hell?
What kind of glitch was that?
Huh.
Missing No, what are you doing in this game?
Okay, there's a very real chance I may game over here, but
Yeah,
it's fine.
That's fine.
Worst comes to worst, I can look up the level select sheet later and try to punch it in, and we can see how we do from there.
Yeah.
I used to be good at this boss fight. In fact, I used to be able to kill Robotnik in this boss fight.
But then I took an arrow to the knee.
I'm trying to remember, was that before I dislocated my knee randomly, or— Ah, crap.
Stop spewing your spirishness. I can words.
And really, this boss fight is just designed to make you panic. Which it's doing a good job of.
Having flashbacks to Ori and the Blind Forest now.
I need to play through more of that game. It runs a little chunky on my computer.
Yeah, you might have to probably adjust some settings or something.
Yep. I was about to say, what doesn't run chunky on my computer?
Star.exe has stopped working. Please stand by.
Sad thing is, my computer's not even all that old.
I know, my computer's older than yours.
Come on.
Whoops.
I chose poorly, and— do I actually have a continue? Let's find out.
Oh, I thought you did. You
I do! Okay. Let's see where this brings us back to.
all the way at the frickin' beginning.